The fifth day of action at the soccer tournament in Cary, North Carolina has seen a rise in temperatures as well as intensity. We're just over 24 hours away from handing out not one, but two $1 million prizes for the winners on the men's and women's side of the brackets in a tournament that started with 64 teams, and now we have just 7 remaining. 3 on the women and 4 on the men. We know one of the teams in the final will be Bumpy Pitch FC. They just beat Old Train FC a few minutes ago to lock that spot up. As we take a look at the bracket presented by RBC Wealth Management, they'll be taking on the winner of the game that's about to kick off here on ESPN Plus. The U.S. women taking on Reunion City Dallas as the defending champs look to join Bumpy Pitch FC in the final. Welcome to Wake Med Soccer Park here in Cary, North Carolina, alongside Hercules Gomez. I'm Sebastian Salazar. Herc, as we've mentioned throughout the broadcast today, this is our 3rd year of covering this tournament, and every year it gets bigger, not just in terms of scale, right, more teams, but in terms of the hype. You and I have been out of town for the last few days. Everybody's talking about this thing.
That's all they're talking about. The people are coming in. The hype is real. It gets hotter every year as well, and they still show up. These people love TST.
Yeah, that's why they got us in black, so you can't see the sweat stains that we have accumulated throughout the day. All right, why don't we get to the players to watch here, presented by Soccer.com, and we'll start with the U.S. women. Mana Shim, Herc, has had a great tournament so far.
Yeah, who would have thought in a team full of legends, Carly Lloyd, Ali Krieger, it's Mana Shim! 4 goals, 1 assist, a 2-time NWSL champion is bringing it here at TST. She is one to watch.
And for Reunion City Dallas, you've picked out Hannah Barker wearing the number 23.
Yeah, Hannah Barker, an awesome story. Played at Faith Vata in the Turkish Super League down there. She's one to watch. She's got a few goals here, both game winners. If Reunion City has a chance today, it'll be because of Hannah Barker.
Reunion City Dallas looking to pull the upset. U.S. women looking for a 2nd straight trip to the final. Coming up, it's first half kickoff from Cary, North Carolina. This is the soccer tournament on ESPN. The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management, the official wealth management partner of The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management, the official wealth management partner of TST. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of TST. We're getting ready for the second of two women's semifinals. Bumpy Pitch FC has already clinched their spot in tomorrow's championship and a shot at $1 million. We're just a few seconds away from kickoff between U.S. Women and Reunion City Dallas, hoping to join the festivities on Sunday. For those that don't know, here's a look at the rules. It is, of course, 7v7, smaller field. We got 20-minute halves. No offside or throw-ins. Everything will be a kick-in. The ball must be advanced every 8 seconds because you can't sit on the ball. And every match ends in target score time. If you're unfamiliar with target score time, at the end of regulation, we add 1 to the total goals of the team in the lead. And that's the number. Whoever hits it first in target score time wins. And in this case, advances to tomorrow's championship game, where there will be $1 million on the line. Hercules Gomez and Sebastian Salazar here with you from Cary, North Carolina, as we take a look at the two lineups for Reunion City Dallas and the U.S. women. No shortage of star power, Herc, in this U.S. lineup. Heather O'Reilly, Kat Whitehill, Carly Lloyd, Lindsey Harris, all players with very big resumes.
Massive resumes. Legends of the game, but Reunion City Dallas have an opportunity to do something special here. Not lost one game this tournament.
We're underway. U.S. women in the blue tops, red shorts, blue socks, going right to left on your screen. Reunion City Dallas, white tops, blue shorts, going left to right.
For Reunion City, Evan O'Steele, goalkeeper playing high. Another field player. The posture, it's evident they want the ball, they want possession. And the U.S. women, very compact, very disciplined.
Reunion City advanced to the semifinals courtesy a 2-1 win last night in the quarters against Drunken Monkeys. For the U.S. women, they had a much easier game in the quarters, a 5-2 victory over Streetball Canada. That was actually a rematch of last year's championship, which of course was won by the team in red, white, and blue. Pure possession here early for Reunion City Dallas. As you mentioned, Herc, at least for now, the U.S. women with some veterans on the field, and it is far into this tournament now, a tournament that has been played in extreme heat, seem to be rather content themselves to conserve energy and play for the later stages in this match.
So Yoa and Pena, the two defenders, how wide they get, the interchanging positions, the understanding of space.
Fernanda Serrano, the number 7, been a dangerous player throughout this tournament so far for Reunion City Dallas.
So what's for young players facing U.S. legends? They do not seem phased at all.
Well, the experience is certainly an advantage, but fitness, in this competition, it is, you'll see it in the next 40 minutes. It is end to end. It can really open up this 7v7. I guess that's why we've got 25 to 30 people on these rosters, Hurt. So there's no shortage of subs.
I don't think the U.S. has touched it yet. Evan O'Steele, the goalkeeper, feels very comfortable with the ball at her feet. An extra field player right there, essentially 76 anytime they have it.
Heather O'Reilly, though, applying the pressure. She's got a touch and won it. But Reunion City Dallas has taken possession right back. Through the number 13, Alessia Garcia, a goal and 2 assists so far in the tournament. Enzi Tufts on the ball. Drops it back for Evan O'Steen. A light shade of purple in goal for Reunion City Dallas. Again, pressure here from the U.S. women. We got a 2-on-1. We got a whistle from the center ref, Joe Kurgan.
Oh, Mr. Kurgan, it's very late. Gave the U.S. women some hope right there. It's the right call to end, but a very late call.
Yeah, Bella Devery there in the number 7 streaking in, leading that 2-on-1, but she is whistled for the foul. Another foul called here. This one also going against the U.S. Tessa Della Rose, who was on this U.S. team last year and a big part of that winning effort. The guilty party.
Oh, yeah, it's a foul here again. Just late to blow the whistle. U.S. women having trouble getting the ball here, breathing. Well, a little miscommunication right there from Union City.
Here comes the United States. Olivia Thomas wearing the number 33. She's had 3 goals so far this tournament. Lots of different goal scorers for this U.S. team. But as you mentioned, Herke has been Mana Shim leading the way, part of the Gotham FC team that won the NWSL title in 2023. Also, and this is kind of an incredible fact, a part of the Portland team. That's right. That won in 2013. It's so rare that you see a player win titles a decade apart, but Mana Shim capable of doing that in the National Women's Soccer League and still getting it done here at TST 7v7.
Well, I mentioned it earlier in the player to watch the spotlight. Mana Shim, not your biggest name, but taking this opportunity. Well, you can see right there. They want Reunion City, the coaches, to stay in their box. Coaches seem happy, play on.
Long ball driven in, hopeful at best from Osteen. That one will go out and the United States will take over. See Harris in goal for the U.S. wearing the number 23.
Kessler and Krieger now in. A little bit of power down that left-hand side for the U.S. women.
See our colleague Ali Krieger in the game. She might have brought some good luck for the U.S. women. Big time save there from Evan Osteen as she denies Olivia Thomas from point-blank range.
Olivia Thomas, it's not a lot of possession that the U.S. woman just uses her body so well, gets around the defender. Oh, big save by Osteen. The U.S. women's have shown you how dangerous they can be.
Out of bounds, hey, out of bounds. Help her down.
Thomas back to goal, working 1-on-2. Boy, such a physical presence in there. I think she's managed to win possession, or yeah, it will be U.S. ball down here in the corner.
The U.S. women don't have maybe the legs of Reunion City Dallas here. Reunion City, clear size disadvantage against the U.S. women. The U.S. women clearly winning that battle. And anytime Olivia Thomas gets the ball, just clear size advantage and uses her body very, very well.
Bumpy pitch, we talked about them. Won the first semifinal, a heavy Florida State influence in that squad. For this U.S. team, they've got a heavy University of North Carolina influence. Of course, Olivia Thomas among them.
Spanning across decades.
AO, of course, as well. The history of the North Carolina women's soccer program, and what a history it is on display here for the team in blue.
And Sammy getting the rough part of that challenge right there from the U.S. women.
Help her, Fernanda, help her.
Thomas applying the pressure. Good switch here from Reunion City Dallas. Some space for Sarayano. She's laid it off. Low shot, hit hard, but no problem for Lindsay Harris.
And it's Hannah Barker. We were talking about Hannah Barker, who's from Nacogdoches, Texas. You know where that is?
Clint Dempsey country, ain't
That's
it?
right! Clint Dempsey country. She actually played school up there.
Ali Krieger on the ball, co-host of Football W, available every Tuesday on ESPN Plus, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All the latest on the world of women's soccer.
I see Ali playing her second edition of this tournament. It makes me realize I don't do enough with my life.
Hey, you said it. You put it out there. Now people are going to think you want to play. I know you've been asked to play, so don't act like you haven't had the opportunity.
I've had the opportunity. I just don't have the limbs.
Legs, the lungs, the waistline.
Oh, the lungs are nowhere to be found. Maybe the legs, maybe some muscle recognition, something. By accident, off my knee, whatever.
I bet if you put in a couple weeks of conditioning, you'd do all right out here.
I bet not.
No? Maybe the price for the next 2 weeks after the tournament would be more than you'd be willing to deal with.
2 months to 2 years, more like it.
Oh. Scrappy battle in midfield. Reunion City Dallas coming away with it. Thomas turning and burning. She's got the wheels, looking for some space. Manages to keep it in bounds. But it'll be last touched indeed by Thomas. Reunion City Dallas taking over.
Yeah, Thomas giving Alicia Garcia and Reunion City Dallas tons of fits. Clearly, very dangerous player anytime she gets isolated.
We're going goalie to goalie here. Evan Osteen sends it to Lindsay Harris. Harris was on this U.S. team last year and was voted the Golden Glove, the goalie of the tournament for her efforts.
Behind you. Behind you,
Alex Kimball in the number 47.
Watch
backwards.
Watch out, good ball.
Chip to the far side.
Good recognition by Kessler. Picking out Fox.
U.S. women now really starting to ping it around. Kimball driving shot blocked. Casey Lloyd, nice pass to the end line, somehow stays alive down in there. For Union City Dallas in a world of trouble. That'll be Taylor Tufts that just kicks it out of bounds to fight another day.
Yeah, correct decision. Back to goal, 2 players pressuring, you just get out of trouble.
Slowly played back to Harris. She'll have to come out and deal with that. U.S. women on the ball through Krieger. Kessler the switch.
You gotta go back. You gotta go back. Good. Hey, she's not gonna try to beat you. She's either gonna go dump or she's gonna go back. She's not gonna try to outrun you.
You can hear the coaching staff for Union City. They understand some of the U.S. women aren't going to run past you.
Is he talking bad on Hayo?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's not talking bad, but he's recognized who you're going against.
Now there's
an ability to make the pass, but not an ability to run past you.
There was a time when nobody was running by Hayo, and she was running by everybody. And I think, she might still have a little bit of that in her game. So let's not underappreciate the number 9 out there for the red, white, and blue. And by the way, that chatter might get her fired up here. 10 minutes into the first half, winner plays for $1 million tomorrow against Bumpy Pitch.
Allie Krieger, it's an experienced defender right there. Hands behind her back, takes the ball right to the midsection.
Krieger's got to defend now. Samantha St. Pierre driving on her right foot, lays it off. U.S. women have recovered well to get numbers behind the ball. Union City Dallas forced to go backwards all the way to Kenzie Tufts, the number 3 with 1 assist so far in this tournament. Union City Dallas putting some pause into this game under the Carolina sun. Avellano going back. The number 7 down this left flank, a real threat for Union City Dallas.
A little bit of miscommunication from Evan Osteen. Sarellano right there. Ball goes out of bounds, but you can see the intention, Seb. For Union City Dallas, they want to possess. They want to use Osteen, the goalkeeper, as an extra field player, commit numbers, but the U.S. isn't biting. Very disciplined, compact, picking their moments.
Carly Lloyd into the game. She, of course, of hat-trick fame in the 2015 World Cup final against Japan. Got World Cup winners representing multiple countries here on the women's side of the bracket. Yuki Nagasato, who won the World Cup with Japan in 2011, part of that Bumpy Pitch team that awaits the winner of this one tomorrow night. And Yuki told us what she said. She was more excited to play in this final than the World Cup final. She may have been caught in the moment down there with Alexis Nunez. I'm sure she was pretty pumped back in 2011, of course, the Japanese team beating the U.S. team in that epic final. Oh, slammed across. Hayo in the vicinity. Parried away by Osteen.
Ridiculous save across. It's a good move across, and the ball across. Osteen has to make a decision. Do I stay? Nope, I go, and very well parried.
Hayo plays it into the box. Shot with the left foot. Blocked out of bounds. We got a corner kick coming. Evelyn Shores with the effort.
Shores does well.
Heather O'Reilly to offer the corner kick. Kat Whitehill boxing out down low. She's flicked it out. Shot. Goal! Bella Devery with that sweet left foot puts the U.S. women on top. 1-0.
You mentioned Heather O'Reilly may get riled up. You mentioned it. Picks out Kat Whitehill. Look at this ball. Hard, low cross, and this is a delicate just layup right there. A bit of a deflection. But Davery's going to do hers right there. Well placed. Side netting. Nothing Evan Osteen can do about it. 1-0 U.S. women.
Wow. Sensational goal for the United States, and they lead 13 minutes into the first half of the second semifinal here at TST 2025. Winner moves on to play Bumpy Pitch FC tomorrow. Right now, let's send it down to the third member of our broadcast crew, Alexis Nunez, down on the sideline. Alexis?
Yeah, thanks, Sevi. We've got Joe Lohman here with us, someone else who has some U.S. women's national team and a lot of NWSL experience as well. But this U.S. women's team has some experience, defending champions, obviously. These young girls, though, they have the legs. What do you think's making the difference?
I think what's making the difference is the generational gap that we have between veterans and young players. Bella, who just scored, is 17 years old. We have the young legs, we have the wisdom of the older players, and then coming together and meshing as a team over these last 5 games has just been phenomenal. We've gotten better every single game.
Now, I've asked Lori Lindsay, I've also asked Heather O'Reilly as well, who's their one to watch, and they mentioned Bella. What makes her so good? Because now here you're a third person mentioning her.
Yeah. What makes her so good is the way she covers ground. I was on the sideline, I said Bella's playing every single position because she is. The way that this girl can cover ground is just exceptional, and to watch her is a thing of beauty.
Exactly, and we see that the U.S. is now definitely still pressuring after Union Dallas had some of the possession early on. How do you guys plan to manage this game?
I think it's 40 minutes of soccer plus extra time. You have to be able to sustain the waves when they have possession and also honor the ball when we have it. So not to get exhausted, knowing that we have a fit team, a very athletic team. So hopefully over time we can wear them down, and just to be very, very smart and to use our brain.
Well, you guys are attacking goal again, so I'm going to let you go and keep watching. Thanks so much, Joe.
Thank you so much.
Great job, Alexis. Thank you very much. Shout out to Joanna Lohman, a true Washington Spirit legend. Herc, you know I'm from the D.C. area, the suburbs. We actually...
You're from D.C.?
Yeah, like I don't talk about it all the time. Joanna and I went to high school in the same county. She was such a legend. She's like a year older than me. And actually, D.C. area fans will have known a couple of these players for a long time. Joanna Lohman was like the star of the area the year before me, the year after me. A young lady named Allie Krieger. Oh! Yeah. Look at that. A couple of D.C. high school legends. Joanna Lohman from the Maryland side, Allie Krieger from the Northern Virginia side. Both involved here with the U.S. women, who right now are up 1-0 on Reunion City, Dallas, with 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah. And we've only mentioned Hannah Barker twice. We're 17 minutes into this game, a little over 16. Hannah Barker not getting on the ball enough. I mentioned her as one of my players to watch. Reunion City, Dallas desperately need to get her involved. Oh.
Yeah, the truth is the U.S. has had, after quite a slow start, right? Seemed like they were kind of pacing themselves early on. Has had much more possession, much more of the danger here in the first half. If you think about the U.S. goalie, Lindsay Harris, maybe one save early on, but pretty quiet other than that.
I think it's by design, Seb. You know, they want to stay compact, they want to stay disciplined. They don't want to go chasing the ball, and they pick and choose their moments. They are pacey, athletic, they are strong, and they are effective in front of goal.
Mana Shim on the field now wearing the number 3. Look out for her, as we've mentioned, 4 goals so far in TST 2025. If you're wondering about the subs, they need them. Temperatures in the 90s today here in Cary, North Carolina. And this is the end of the tournament, the bitter end. We're at the semifinals, so these players have been playing in heat for days on end here in North Carolina. And we're no doubt bound to see some weary legs. And maybe that, too, to your point, Herc, factoring into the strategy here, right? You got to be fresh for target score time at the end. You don't want to be dragging when a shot at $1 million is on the line.
There's good movement from Reunion City, but the U.S. just being very patient.
Numbers well behind the ball for this team in blue. Well done there from Allie Krieger to cut out the entry pass. Kimball on the ball, splits the defenders, but her pass won't get there. Ooh, shaky at the back from Dallas. Might be a turnover. Instead, it'll end up at the feet of Osteen.
Osteen's very confident with the ball at her feet. Rarely gets herself in trouble, well, except for that few plays ago where she had to make the save, gets a yellow card, but she's very confident.
It's the risk-reward of the goalie that plays well with their feet. Every once in a while, you'll get some chaos.
That just gives you such an advantage.
Oh, especially in 7-on-7, right?
It's an extra field player. Look at her advance. She wants the ball. She's going to advance. She's going to try to commit. The U.S. women open them up, create angles. It's good movement by Reunion City, but the U.S. women are just so patient. They've been here before. They know they can't get exposed. It's a very good tactical matchup.
You know what's funny is usually her watching the game from on high, you can see where the passes are. The U.S. team is so well set right now, I don't really see a pass out of the back row, Steve.
Yeah, you can see Ali Krieger in the back right now. Now a center back position. Oh, where she needs to be. Her player comes across. She doesn't go chasing. She stays. They divided by zones. Reunion City doing very well, trying to move the ball. Just a little frustrated right now.
Frustration evident there as Tufts slams it forward and out of bounds. The U.S. to take over with just about 30 seconds left here in the first half. Wake Med Soccer Park, Cary, North Carolina, the site. TST 2025, the event.
Carly Lloyd, very good idea between Lloyd and Thomas. Just not enough legs there. But the idea was there, you could see. Carly, just a legend. Knows exactly where she wants the ball, how to get it back. Just a bit of miscommunication, couldn't get to it.
Still has that nose for goal, of course. She's got a couple so far here at TST. And there it is. The end of the first half between U.S. women and Reunion City Dallas. Bella Devery, the goal scorer for the U.S. women, who are looking to return to the championship match for a second straight year. Don't go far. Plenty more from Cary, North Carolina when we return to TST. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of TST 2025. Let's remind you to visit soccer.com, the official store of the soccer tournament. We're at halftime of the second semifinal on the women's side of the bracket. And through 20 minutes of play, the U.S. women lead Reunion City Dallas by a score of 1-0. The lone goal coming from Bella Devry, who scored about midway through that first half to put the defending champions on top. Here's a look at the first half stats presented by RBC Wealth Management. A decided advantage in shots for the U.S. women. Herc, what'd you think of that first half?
Well, you know, sometimes stats, they paint a picture. They paint a reality. These stats don't mean anything. These stats don't. The reality is the U.S. has been very effective with the few chances that they've had. Very productive. In Reunion City, Dallas, for as much control as they've had over the ball, not been very dangerous.
Bella Devry's goal coming in the 14th minute. The lone thing separating these two sides through the first 20 minutes of play. Second half kickoff coming up from Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. When we return, it's U.S. women versus Reunion City, Dallas. Today's broadcast is presented by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of TST. Great to have you back with us on ESPN's coverage of TST 2025. First half of our semifinal in the books between U.S. women and Reunion City, Dallas. The defending champions, U.S. women, hold on to a 1-0 lead thanks to Bella Devry. Of course, after the second half, we will head to target score time. What is that? The target score is set by adding one goal to the team's total that is in the lead. So right now, the target score would be 2. Whichever team hits that number first advances, and in the case of today's game, advances to tomorrow's championship, where the winner gets $1 million. Hercules Gomez, Sebastian Salazar back with you for the second half from Wake Med Soccer Park. Reunion City, Dallas on the ball to get us going here. Miscommunication there. Some good veterans on the field here for the U.S. Open. Of course, Heather O'Reilly, Carly Lloyd, Kat Whitehill. Lloyd and O'Reilly, teammates on the 2015 team that won it all at the World Cup in Canada. Imagine some of these young players. Oh, Lloyd denied. Massive save by Evan Osteen, keeping Reunion City Dallas in this one. If Lloyd buries that, trouble for the team in white.
Yeah, bad back passing. Carly Lloyd has so much time here. She doesn't need to go one time with the left foot. She could actually take a touch. But credit to Evan Osteen. Good kick save, very attentive, very aware, and very prepared.
Dribble, Mike, dribble, Mike, keep going. Start over, Mike. Look up,
Union City Dallas driving through Maya Ulloa in the number 6 on that right side. This Reunion City Dallas team has a lot of individually skilled players, but so far they've been unable to break through this U.S. defense. A defense that includes Tessa Della Rose. You see her there wearing the number 34. Ole. Bottom right of your screen coming into the picture, the MVP from last year's tournament. Chance here for Dallas. Cleared off the line by Whitehill, the veteran, in the right spot at the right time. She sprung another vet, Heyo, on the run. Left-footed pass across. She wanted Carly Lloyd. A good defensive play there from Reunion City.
Ulloa to Peña, and Peña just doesn't catch it cleanly. Scuffs it. A dangerous play that probably deserved more.
Ball driven into the area, some confusion at the back before Osteen comes to collect. Reunion City Dallas on the counter. Whitehill, big play, and out comes the keeper, Lindsay Harris. Not only gets the ball, gets the foul as well.
Yeah, Peña caught her right there. It's accidental, but she makes contact. You can see Peña just a touch too long right there. Rebound off her. Harris comes out. Doesn't think twice. Just the slightest of touches.
Here's Della Rose. Looking to play in the final of this tournament for the 2nd straight year. Lloyd loses out. Here comes Union City Dallas. They can make it a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Chance here. Oh, what a save! Lindsay Harris, stand on your head! Devery drives, shoots, blocked. The youngster seeking a second.
Ulloa does very well. Lays it up to Bradic, and Bradic point blank. Excuse me. That was Rasso point blank. Right to Harris. And you can see, tries opening up the hips. Right at the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper stays strong. Harris does a good job. Very dangerous play.
See why she won the Golden Glove of this tournament last year. Lindsay Harris with a huge save, not just for the difficulty, but for the moment. How big would an equalizer have been there for Reunion City Dallas, who seem to be coming to life here in the second half? They are the team obligated to score, to try to get closer to this U.S. team before target score time. A long distance laser there doesn't trouble Harris too much.
Harris wants the ball too now. Trying to come out, draw Reunion City.
Thomas brings it down for Kessler. Kessler turns, looking for an option.
Krieger and Foss very deep. They're not taking any chances. Only one will join the attack. Krieger stays almost as a sweeper.
Hey, Layla, get on. You gotta get on. Get on. Help, help! Help Maya! Help Maya!
Krieger finds Kessler. U.S. with the lead in the ball. Manashim dancing away from trouble. Has done enough to keep possession. Jim wants Thomas. Thomas always providing that big target, even when she doesn't get it the first time. Able to gather on the second. Laser off the crossbar. Woo! Kimball hasn't scored yet this tournament, but that was mighty close.
And look at the cutback, takes an extra touch, and with the left foot, there's a great touch right there.
That's a save. That's a save.
Osteen, look at this. It's a laser, no Osteen with the slightest of touches. That's enough to redirect it over.
This is brilliant from Osteen, because you know she wants the credit for the save, but she don't want it that bad. She'd rather have the goal kick. That ball was hit so hard, nobody really saw it at first glance that it had been a save, but if not for that touch, that's probably in the back of the net, and the U.S. is probably up 2-0. Instead, Evan Osteen has made big play after big play, getting a little risky there.
Alex Kimball puts her body on the line. Be very careful if you're Union City. Evan Osteen is such a talented goalkeeper, but oftentimes that risk, that reward, you really need to pick and choose when you do it.
Thomas rips the ball away, tries to go 1-on-2, can't break through. Henning Kessler with the ball. Thought about going long instead. Will play short through Shim. Patient possession here from the team in dark blue. But they've lost it. Reunion City Dallas pouring forward, looking for an equalizer. Ball still in, well done from Samantha St. Pierre.
It's a good fight. St. Pierre and Krieger right there. Union City really making U.S. women work, moving them around. U.S. staying very patient. But you have to ask yourself, Seb, how long can this last if you're the U.S.? You're doing a lot of chasing.
Ooh. Pressure leads to a turnover. Quickly in from Mana Shim to Thomas. That might have been last touched by a Reunion City Dallas player, says our center F. Joe Shurgan.
Mana Shim took one right there, right at the face on that clearance.
85, nice pass. She's picked out Devery. Devery already with a goal to her credit. I mentioned the North Carolina Tar Heel connections on this team. Katie Foss, who's about to put the ball back in play. One of them, part of the UNC team that won it all last fall. Actually, right here. College Cup was played here. North Carolina Duke was a semifinal. I'll tell you, this place was packed for that one. And North Carolina winning it all in the final. Casey Lloyd there, triple teamed in the area. And it took all three to finally strip her of the ball.
Yeah, but you need to be quicker. You need to be faster. At least in the decision making. You're giving Reunion City enough time to double, triple team you.
Fernanda, here. Go.
Hear the coach there calling out for Fernanda. That's Sarrayano, who's had a few dangerous moments in this game. But that's pretty much what Reunion City Dallas has been limited to. Harris has been called into action a few times, maybe once or twice for what you describe as a big save. But other than that, a pretty quiet afternoon for the U.S. women goalie. Allie Long, the veteran, on it now. Long-time member of the U.S. women's national team. There's Hannah Barker. You were right on it, Herc. Talked about her in the open, but she has given us very few reasons to call her name so far here through 30 minutes.
Yeah, very little.
There it is, a give and go. Doesn't come off as Heather O'Reilly reads it well. Trying to play it up for Lloyd. Instead, Reunion City Dallas has the ball, pressing forward. Big deflection, could be trouble. There's Devery on the run. A couple players go to the ground. Now it's Lloyd. Lloyd, the rip. Whistles it wide.
Evan Osteen, either she saw it the whole way or she knew nothing about it. She seemed very confident. A coming together of the bodies. You're going to see Lloyd just tee it up, and Evan Osteen, very confident, just lets that roll by.
What did Joanna Lohman tell us about Devery? It's like she's playing 2 or 3 positions. You saw the speed there. My goodness, came out of nowhere to nearly create a goal-scoring chance for the U.S. women.
If you're Reunion City, Dallas, you've got to find a way to make this U.S. women's team commit numbers forward to open them up. They are very disciplined. They are very patient, very content with just sitting, being compact. And Reunion City the last few minutes really struggling to just find anything going forward, anything in the middle of the spine, anything of danger.
Speaking of danger, Devery just checks out of the match there for the U.S. women. She's not even in college yet. And that's how young some of these players are. Just finished upper high school. She'll be an incoming freshman at North Carolina this coming fall. Reunion City Dallas on the break. U.S. has numbers back, though. Oh, nice pass, blocked away. Big defensive intervention there from Katie Foss. Huge play from the North Carolina Tar Heel.
Yeah, but Oli Peña's been all over the place. The number 8 for Reunion City. Good ball out wide. He's going to come back right to Peña. Peña does the right thing. First time across. Just the U.S. so many bodies in the middle, just clogging up the center position. But Reunion City finally coming to life, and again, it's Oli Peña.
Reunion City Dallas knocking on the door. We're into the last 10 minutes of regulation here in the second semifinal on the women's side of the bracket. U.S. women, thanks to a Bella Devery goal in the first half, lead Reunion City Dallas 1-0. The winner will play in tomorrow's championship match against Bumpy Pitch FC. Winner takes home $1 million. Reunion trailing, but not panicking. Evan Osteen on the ball. Has made a few big saves in this. Parries that have kept Reunion City Dallas within one. She'll want that pass back.
The coach is celebrating that pass. I agree, it's miscommunication right there by the players, but you want Evan Osteen, you want her coming out with the ball. There ain't a little bit more from the players of Reunion City.
Foss driving down the right side. Wanted to chip it in there to the back post where she had Carly Lloyd and Heather O'Reilly lurking. Instead, it'll go out for a corner kick. U.S. scored their first goal off a corner kick. Reunion City Dallas hip to this one, though we'll get another chance at a corner for the U.S. women. It was Bella Devery scoring off an assist from Kat Whitehill in the first half that's given the U.S. the lead they currently enjoy. Osteen rising in the air. Catches cleanly with 34 minutes down. Remember, we play 40. 20 in the first half, 20 in the second. And then we're on to target score time. The U.S. would love to have a second before that. Can Kenny Kessler do it? Not with a shot like that. Not going to beat Osteen. Certainly not with the goalie for Reunion City Dallas having the type of afternoon she's had so far.
No, just telegraphed it the whole way.
U.S. going high pressure here, looking for a turnover. Kenzie Tufts advancing the ball for Reunion City Dallas. Got some movement now. Cross to the back post. Whitehill rises, can't get to it. The snap down header from Biljana Bradic. And she doesn't end up missing by much. Reunion City Dallas getting closer and closer to an equalizer here with just about 5 minutes to play in the second half.
Go ahead, Levy. Go ahead, Levy. Go ahead. And there's one right behind you to your right as well.
Whitehill not messing around. She goes direct, looking for Jen Beattie. Long-time Scottish international. Many of her years spent playing for Arsenal over in the WSL before coming to the National Women's Soccer League to finish out her career. It's Beattie and Carly Lloyd up top, applying the pressure. Reunion City Dallas breaks it down. Boy, we got a very veteran team out here. Hermana Shim, Heather O'Reilly, Kat Whitehill, Jen Beattie, Carly Lloyd. Penny Kessler bringing down the average age a little bit, but these are the vets. And that's who you want on the field with 5 minutes to play. Heather O'Reilly goes into a big tackle in the area. Some folks on the Reunion City Dallas side of things think she may have gotten away with a penalty.
Yeah.
Oh no, O'Reilly with a shockingly poor ball across the middle, nearly intercepted there. And had Bradic been able to bring that down, it would have been a one-on-one against Harris.
Oh, Leslie Raso right there, feeling the arms of Heather O'Reilly on the back, goes down. That's a tight one. It's very close. Certainly there was contact made.
Thank goodness we don't have VAR here, huh?
It's a tough one, Seth, because in real life, you could probably say real time, there's nothing there. But when you slow something down, you see contact, it's a compelling argument.
Ball to the back post. Chance here for Union City Dallas. Harris, another huge stop. They just can't beat her. The number 23 for the U.S. with big save after big save to keep Union City Dallas at a donut. But they're still coming. Shot. Harris again. And no rebound this time.
Yeah, Harris doing very well, not just once, but twice. This is Hannah Barker. She's there. She finds it. It's a very good save. And then the second save coming off. You're going to see Fernanda Sarayano hit it hard and low across, but Harris does so well.
Union City Dallas right now, first to every ball. They seem to have the advantage physically with 5 minutes to go in the second half. They don't need to score in the next 4 or 5 minutes. They'll have a chance no matter what in target score time. But if we get an equalizer from Union City Dallas, we effectively head in to sudden death overtime. We'll call it sudden victory to be nicer. Thomas turns, fires, got a hold of that one, but sent it way off target.
Yo, with in a world of trouble, once Thomas isolates her and spins her, she just uses her body so well.
Right? I mean, you see players that are big hurt, right, all over the world. But that doesn't always guarantee that you know how to shield the ball, that you really know how to use that to your advantage. I mean, once she gets the ball, if you're on the wrong side of her, forget about it. Ask for help.
Yeah. Try to face, try to stand up. Do not let her turn, but it's easier said than done, Seth. Once she puts that arm around you, once she just feels you, turns you like a top.
Just about 2 minutes to go here in the second semifinal of the day at TST 2025. It's the last semifinal on the women's side of the bracket. Winner here advances to play Bumpy Pitch FC in tomorrow's final. Coming up later tonight, we've got the 2 semifinals on the men's side of the bracket. Bella Devery. Oh, that left foot is so dangerous from anywhere on this field, really. She tried it, speculative distance there, and won't trouble Evan Osteen.
Yeah, they say shooters shoot. She's got that mentality. She sees the goal, she sees the sliver of space, she's going to take it.
U.S. might have been caught in a substitution there. Union City Dallas trying to take advantage, but a big block from Tessa De La Rose. Hannah Barker on the ball, left-footed cross, no one in particular, and this one will roll out of play. Big break there for the U.S. women.
Yeah, Hannah Barker really having a tough go this game. She's had one opportunity at goal. Harris came up big, but just a bad decision on that one.
Harris for Allie Krieger. Back to Harris. Under extreme pressure there, Harris has to send it away to touch, and Union City Dallas has about 50 seconds here, 5-0, to try and get an equalizer before target score time. If not, they'll have to come from behind and won't have the luxury of conceding.
Union City putting their own big body up top with Lauren Mamoli.
They're looking for here, cross hammered in, but it's Krieger there, the vet, the Football W host, making the big play to keep the U.S. in front. Quick corner, 20 seconds left. Time running out on Union City Dallas. Just in the second half, not overall. We do still have target score time. U.S. women looking to hang on to this lead. And it looks like they might just do it. Ball stays in bounds. Great work from Samantha St. Pierre. Can she make something of it? We're past the 40-minute mark. Waiting for the final whistle from the referee. Joe Shergon has looked down at his watch. The U.S. women are screaming, are saying, hey, we played 40. Heather O'Reilly is emphatic over there. The shot over the bar, and that has got to do it. It will. And just like that, we've played 40 minutes. The U.S. women lead 1-0 over Union City Dallas. If you've been following TST, you know what that means. We are headed to target score time. The target score is 2. We're playing for a shot at $1 million tomorrow. Target score time in the semis next. This soccer tournament is presented by Adidas, the official fanwear and performance footwear partner of TST. We played 40 minutes of regulation in the second of 2 women's semifinals at TST 2025, and as we head to target score time, the defending champions, U.S. women, lead Reunion City Dallas by a score of 1-0. When we take a look at the schedule for the remaining games coming up on today's slate here at TST, we've got the 2 semifinals on the men's side of the bracket. We told you Bumpy Pitch FC on the women's side is into the final. The men's team will look to join them. They're taking on Pasha Luxury FC. That one kicks off in about half an hour here on ESPN+. And then at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, it's the big one, Concaifa SC. Yes, that's Pat McAfee's team taking on Pumas the Alabama, a team that has impressed through their run so far here in this tournament. All that coming up later, but right now we are squarely focused on target score time, where the target score is 2. U.S. women lead Reunion City Dallas 1-0. If you're new to this, let's explain target score time to you. At the end of regulation, target score time is set by adding 1 goal to the winning team's total. Once we get into target score time, whoever hits that number first, in this case 2, will advance. And in this case, will advance to Sunday's championship and a shot at that infamous $1 million cash prize. Heather O'Reilly, very, very comfortable in these parts. A graduate of the great University of North Carolina, a long, long career with the U.S. women's national team, which included a World Cup triumph. And her and some of those teammates from 2015 are looking to reach another final with some new, fresh faces and young blood on this U.S. team. Hey, Hurt, can I shout something out real quick here?
Yes, sir.
You see on the sleeve there for Ali Krieger, you see that logo? That is the logo for America Scores. DC Scores is a program that I have done a lot of work with in DC. They take soccer into underprivileged elementary schools and they give those schools soccer programs. When we talk about access to sport in this country, that's what it's about. So the America Scores program and specifically the DC Scores program in Washington are absolutely wonderful. If you're interested in that sort of thing, if you want to volunteer, look them up. They are on the patch on the sleeve there of this U.S. women's team. Who else would you rather have out there when you need a big goal? Yeah. Carly Lloyd. Yeah, she dropped 3 on Japan in the World Cup final in 2015. Don't make me tell you about her Olympic exploits in 2008 and 2012. There was a stretch where if there was a big goal being scored for the United States, odds are it was Carly Lloyd. Here she is on the ball, using her body, lays it off. Pinball wizardry there atop the box for Union City Dallas. Eventually the ball will go out of bounds, and it will be a corner kick here for the United States. Again, to remind you, the 1 goal we have seen in this match came from the U.S., and it came from a corner kick, and it came from a corner where Kat Whitehill was exactly where she is right now. Will they try it again? Lloyd Lloyd went up in the air there, was blocked out. Another corner. We got Alexis Nunez standing by on the sideline. Alexis?
Yes, we have got one absolute legend here with us right now. Jen Beatty, or as I like to call her, Beatty Dino, because if you've been tuning in, you know that she can score some very fancy goals. Jen, though, solid defensive performance, which I know that you would have mad respect for.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we knew, obviously, the further you get in the tournament, the harder it's going to be and the more disciplined you have to be in defence. But I think we've been really solid. It's just about showing what we can do further up the field now.
How have you guys recovered? Because a couple of big games, couple of elements we've been battling. I know you had a double game day as well.
Yeah, no, it's back to being fully pro, looking after your bodies. I think we're all over the ice baths, recovery in the pool, protein shakes, all the good stuff, loads of water. It's piping hot, as we've spoken about.
Yeah, it's piping hot. Not the perfect conditions for a Scotswoman, but it's okay. We've seen you thrive in these conditions. Let's talk quickly about Bella, because what a star she is.
Yeah, unbelievable. I've been blown away by all the youngsters, to be honest, but she stood out for me by a country mile. Her work rate, quality on the ball, chops and turns. She's got a big career ahead of her, and it's been, an absolute joy being able to train with her this week and watching what she can do as well.
Well, Jen's got to put some factor 70 on, so we're going to let her go, and that goal may come. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you. Cheers.
Great job, Alexis. Fernanda Sarriano with the shot there. Another save from Lindsay Harris. 1-0. Next goal for the U.S. women will put them through to the championship.
Fernanda just faces up. It's a good, hard shot, but Harris is very intent. She's just very, very mindful there. Just holds her ground. Very well caught. Hear me out for a second here, Seth. The U.S., they need to put this away.
Well, they might have just given it away here. Taylor Tufts driving after forcing a turnover. And she will be the last player to touch the ball, so the U.S. will get a little bit of a break as they get possession back.
In 30 seconds, a player from each team will come out. 3 minutes after that, another player. As more players come out, advantage to Reunion City Dallas with their goalkeeper, an extra field player. This plays into their hands. If you're the U.S. women, you've got to try putting this away quick. And if you're at Reunion City, you've got to keeping the ball played to your strengths.
Turnover, Lloyd on it. Beautiful ball, Olivia Thomas!
Oh.
No! It was the moment! And Thomas, who has been so dangerous throughout this game, just misses putting the U.S. in the final.
Oh, look at the experience in Carly Lloyd. A beautiful ball across. No goalkeeper to beat. And I don't know if there's a Reunion City player that gets a touch on this, because Thomas just misses it. There has to be a touch here.
Well, you said the U.S. had to take care of things soon here. That was a moment. Perhaps not the moment, but certainly a moment for the defending champions. Still up 1-0 in target score time. First to 2 here wins. That means next goal wins for the U.S.
Go for it. Go. What's wrong? Referee.
The clock had not stopped apparently, so the referee needs there to be 3 minutes up on the clock, so we know when we're pulling players off.
Just a beautifully driven ball by...
Yeah, I know, right?
Having those just
She's like, how you want me to do it again?
Yeah,
right?
just the confidence here by this goalkeeper.
And of course, Sarriano, who received the pass, had a little bit of acreage out there in front of her, so you can understand the frustration there from Reunion City Dallas. But we do need to know exactly how much time until the next player comes off, as we have now been reduced to 6-on-6. Union City Dallas doing well to play out of the back through Samantha St. Pierre. She's driving on the ball here. Beats 1, beats 2, still on at St. Pierre. Shot from Reunion City Dallas to the near post, and Lindsay Harris ain't having it. Taylor Tufts, the cross into St. Pierre. Back to St. Pierre. Can she turn and shoot? Back to goal. Trying to find some space. Lays it off for Tufts. Smooth move, Tufts. Oh, what a ball. Harris is out. What a play. What a big defensive play for the U.S. Bella Devery making her goal stand up. Shot. Save Harris.
Oh, Harris just so secure. Great save, the first one here. St. Pierre comes back across. And then Taylor Tufts takes just a ridiculous shot. It's a good save. And then the last one here. Harris again. Good positioning, but this is Reunion City coming to life now. All sorts of space. All sorts of understanding in their movement. Really positive play from them.
St. Pierre drops it off for Sarriano. Those two players have been about as dangerous as Reunion City Dallas has had so far here this afternoon. Osteen, the goalie, advancing every minute more and trying to give her team the advantage of an extra field player.
The U.S. women are running a lot. It's a lot of physical exertion in this heat. Evan Osteen now puts her foot on the ball, trying to force the U.S. women to commit numbers to open themselves up. Reunion's doing a good job just moving the ball around.
1 minute away from 5-on-5, and that's when things are going to start to get really, really interesting here in target score time. Reunion City Dallas needs 2. The U.S. women need 1. On the line, a spot in tomorrow's championship final and a showdown with Bumpy Pitch FC. Oh, that's a big call from the center ref. That's a huge call from Joe Shergan, because if not, Bella Devery, who has been one of the standouts of this tournament, was looking at an easy chip for a game-winning goal.
Yeah, Mana Shim has all the right in the world to feel hard done right there. It's a 50-50 ball. That's a bad ball from Evan Osteen. She does a good job of getting a touch on it. Referee makes a big-time call there.
Soriano, edge of the box. Benya. Out wide goes Reunion City Dallas. It'll be Benya again in the number 8. Reunion City Dallas trying to draw out the U.S. women. Devery loses out on the challenge. Chance here for Reunion City Dallas. And again, the U.S. defense stands tall. And there it is. We lose another player for each side, and what was once 7v7 has now become 5v5. Your fitness about to be tested.
Now if you're the U.S. women, what do? Do you go more experience? Do you go more youth? Do you try to commit numbers and steal the ball, knowing how high Evan O'Steele plays, that one chance that you commit can be the goal that wins you the game? It's a delicate balance right now in Reunion City, even though they're down in pole position.
Five on 5 here in target score time at TST 2025. Second of 2 semifinals on the women's side of the bracket of 4 overall. We've got the 2 men's semis coming later tonight. Bumpy Pitch FC on the women's side already through to the final. Their men's counterpart will look to join them as they kick off against Pasha Luxury FC at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I say that not knowing exactly when this game will end, Herc. So with TST, the one thing you know is drama, but you truly never know when the game will end. The U.S. only needs 1, but now their focus is defending. Osteen continues to advance now into the U.S. half. Gets it wide to Pena. Pena with space to drive. Slips it across. Shot from Tufts, but again, too many U.S. bodies in front of that goal.
Yeah, Reunion City Dallas with players that play like 8, so good on the ball, so good in that box-to-box motor, Pena being one of them. And I stress, Evan Osteen, her ability to be another field player. Look how high she is right now. And the U.S. women want none of that. She's got her foot on the ball. It's when they commit that she will spray the ball out wide, and there you go, another chance.
Here's Pena driving again from that right side, testing Harris, and can't beat the U.S. goalie. Keeping a clean sheet so far, deep into target score time.
Yeah, Pena again.
Go yelling, girls. Go yelling. We know.
Did they just tell the coaches to stop yelling? What do you think the coach is there for?
Well, he wants to be the one leading direction.
Whoa! Wow, okay.
As if we didn't need to know she had more in that arsenal.
Okay, Evan. I mean, why not? At that point, you're only, 20, 25 yards from goal. Might as well have a shot. If that was a little lower, these were regulation-sized goals, well, it would have been a little different.
You're the U.S. women now. You have the ball. What are you going to do? What's the message you send the opponent? What are you about now?
U.S.
Look at Harris. Look at Harris. Take a look at Harris. She's a half field.
Patience with the ball for this U.S. team. One goal puts them into the final and has them playing for $1 million. Lloyd trying to get tricky there in the corner. The back heel does not come off, and Union City Dallas takes over. Union City Dallas can dominate the ball hurt all they want, but at some point, they're going to have to beat Lindsay Harris.
Yeah, absolutely. But at some point...
Is it coming here?
Oh, no.
Kenny Kessler racing back in a big defensive play from number 28. She puts it out of bounds for a corner kick, but the U.S. won't mind that because Reunion City was very, very close there to an equalizer. And that stoppage in play means forget about 5v5. We are now 4 versus 4. And we're not just 4 versus 4. We're 4 versus 4 late in a game, late in a tournament. So you know that these players, even the young ones at this point, are feeling the fatigue. All right. Osteen on the ball. Taking every inch the United States will give her. Osteen getting more and more comfortable in the United States end.
Just look at Reunion City. You got Sarayano, you have Peña,
trouble here,
St. Pierre, Osteen. You've got players who just feel so comfortable on the ball right now, Seth, spreading the ball around.
I think Joe Shergan wants this game to keep going because every time the U.S. gets a half of a chance off of a maybe foul, he's whistling it. That time it was Olivia Thomas that might have been off to the races for a potential game winner. Instead, Reunion City Dallas looking to fight another day through Peña. She's driving, plays it to the end line. Peña now the shot. It did take a deflection. Boy, we had a pretty good look at that, Herc. I thought that took a deflection off Evelyn Shores.
Yeah, no, definitely off of Evelyn Shores. The referee has a good view of this as well. You can clearly see that goes off her face.
So here comes Lindsay Harris. We saw Evan Osteen become that extra attacker for Union City Dallas. Can Harris do it now for the United States with the dark blue side in possession? You gotta be smart, you can't give that up. Bad turnover from Thomas. Peña takes control for Union City Dallas.
They desperately need a line change as well, so.
Oli Peña running. This could be a 3-on-2 if she wants it. Slips it across for Tufts. To the back post. Harris goes down.
You gotta hit it. You gotta hit it.
Somebody's gotta shoot, huh?
But the U.S. women right now are just so fatigued. You can see Thomas just coming off. There's an advantage right there. There's a 4-on-2. Not the time to do a line change.
Gotta go. They gotta go, and they're doing it with Osteen. Boy, if she'd have left about a second earlier, she'd have had him.
Yep.
You're right. This substitution in your 4v4, I mean, that's where this game's going to come down. You get some tired legs stuck out there, and you can take advantage.
It seems like Reunion City are just more made for this. They're more comfortable in this position.
Look at this. Look at this. Oh, she didn't see her. Wow. The opportunities are here right now for Reunion City Dallas. They got the U.S. women on the back foot, despite the fact that the defending champs have the lead here in target score time. Osteen on the ball. Sarayano has it. Across for Ashlyn Miller. Osteen. Miller. Down to the end line.
Well, it's a lot of chasing by the U.S. women. It just seems like if there's a goal in this game for Reunion City, it's just taking advantage of their numbers. If it's a goal for the U.S. women, it's in transition on an empty net.
Miller wanted Taylor Tufts with the cross there, and look at this from the U.S. women. They've been doing this throughout the tournament. Lindsay Harris, who has kept a clean sheet to this point, is out as the goalie, and we go from 4v4 to 3v3.
That's Manishim, who's going to be the goalkeeper now.
This is a ton of space for just 6 players. It is visually jarring. And the U.S. may have the advantage here of just having the ball first in 3-on-3. Manishim will run point. She's got Tessa Delarose To her left. Della Rose, the MVP of last year's tournament, gets it back to Shim. Shim to the back post. Shot. Crossbar. No. So close from Katie Paz.
Seb, I think you were right. That possession right there. It's a good ball across. Takes a touch. She's going to shoot it with the right foot off the corner.
Oh, and look at this. We got a long ball from Miller, hoping to catch the United States out before their goalie swap. Unfortunately for Reunion City Dallas, Lindsay Harris, pretty quick, races back to her goal, manages to get possession back, and the U.S. will have another shot here, 3-on-3, to punch their ticket in the final.
Della Rose and Foss on the field right now with Harris. Harris looks to come off. She's a bit confused. She's looking to come off, but nobody's going to come on.
You can hear the instructions from the Reunion City Dallas coach. He wants the goalie taking the shot. Lindsay Harris thinking about it, driving, finds Della Rose. Della Rose! Della Rose! Tessa Della Rose wins it for the U.S. women, and they'll be playing for $1 million again tomorrow night.
You just can't count them out. The chips are down. It looked like Reunion City Dallas was in pole position, controlling the game. And Della Rose has just been doing it all tournament. A touch and puts it away.
And how about that? The Adidas Golden Fleece goes to Tessa Della Rose. We told you she was the MVP of last year's tournament. I don't know, or I'm not saying. Making a pretty good case for MVP of this year's tournament as well.
One more game, she get the $1 million again.
Imagine that. And how about the goalie, Lindsay Harris, the hero in defense,
just so
and
calm.
gets the game-winning assist.
So calm, composed to Della Rose. And Della Rose, look at this touch. Doesn't pull it to her right, outside of her left foot. Hits it. Evan Osteen, who's just been so reliable in this game, so great. Just beat very well there, can do nothing about it. And it's Della Rose, your hero.
I don't know if you caught it, but the celebration from Della Rose,
Confidence.
very muted. Do you think it was confidence or fatigue?
No, I think it's confidence.
Okay. Well, I bet you she's tired as well after a grueling game here. And credit to Reunion City Dallas. They gave the U.S. women everything they could handle. They took this team stacked with legends to the wire and will go home as worthy semifinalists here at TST 2025. But let's hear from the winning side of things as we send it down to our colleague, Alexis Nunez.
Yes, Debbie, and I had to speak to Lindsay Harris, the great wall of the U.S. women. Usually we speak to the Golden Fleece winner, but Lindsay, what a performance. She's worried if we can hear her heavy breathing, but how are you feeling now?
Out of breath. That was a lot of sprinting in and out. I didn't know if I needed to come out for the last bit, but I was like, all right, I guess we'll just finish this out. Yeah, great job on Tessa to finish that out, and just great job on all of us all around, just fighting to the very end. Like, we fought so hard. Had a bunch of chances. Yeah, I'm just so happy we put it away, man. Well, the stress is relieved from my body now.
Yeah, you definitely get to relax and enjoy this moment soon, but strong defensive performance. This one definitely pushed you guys to the brink, though.
Yeah, definitely. I think I was pretty busy, but we're very organized. That is one thing. We're very disciplined. We're very organized defensively. We've tracked back, we run, we fight. We almost won the ball off the keeper a bunch of times, defending front to back all around. So, yeah, super hyped for us.
A shot at $1 million. Has that sunk in yet, or are you just trying to catch your breath now?
I was just trying to get through that last target time, and now I can focus on tomorrow. So, yeah, now it's hitting one game away. So.
All right, well, Lindsay, we're going to let you enjoy the moment. Hopefully you eat the same thing you ate for breakfast tomorrow, because what a performance.
All about, the routine. Same things. Thank you.
Got to find out what's in that breakfast, huh, Herc?
I need 2 of those.
Unbelievable scenes there, and what a performance from Lindsay Harris. A clean sheet in the semifinal to put her team through to the $1 million championship game. And on top of that, the game-winning assist in 3-on-3. A Hollywood script, Herc.
It's like they know how to play on these big stages. They're just cater-made for it. Chips were down. We were starting to count them out. They said, no, we got this.
Here's a look then at the updated women's bracket presented by RBC Wealth Management. The U.S. women punching their ticket into the final thanks to this 2-0 victory over Reunion City Dallas. Meanwhile, a classic in the first semifinal between Bumpy Pitch FC and All Train FC. Bumpy Pitch coming out victorious in that one, 2-1, thanks to a Kayla Mills goal in target score time. And it'll be U.S. women versus Bumpy Pitch tomorrow. Herc, I think that's going to be a really good game. You look at those two rosters, and they are absolutely stacked. Once again, from Cary, North Carolina, the final score in the second of our 2 semifinals on the women's side of the bracket, the U.S. women 2, Reunion City Dallas 0. The defending champs are marching on and will play for $1 million tomorrow.